If you want to watch the whole show exclusively on odds.com, just hit the link at the bottom of the screen. All right, Texans Bears, 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday. Texans 4-8, 2-4 on the road at the Bears, 5-7, 2-4 at home. And what I took from this loss to the Colts, and I know that we doubled up on the Colts, first half full game, but we were extremely fortunate. I thought the Texans played a good football game. They're sitting here 1 or 1.5 point favorites. There's pick'ems at some books. The leading indicator books, by the way, on the offshore have moved it to 1.5. So I trust that, not the pick'em. If you can still get a pick'em, I'd move on it.
It wasn't only that in that game, though. I think you were on the Texans team total under. They had 20 points in the first half, and it was 23.5, and they did not. And they fumbled. They fumbled the snap on the 5.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was extremely lucky. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, all good, anytime. But what I was saying was that I really felt like the Texans played well. I was impressed. We're Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois, 33 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 11 miles per hour is the wind. It's another weekend of just great weather in North America. Texans are coming off a 26-20 loss at home to the Colts. They were at the Colts' 2-yard line when Watson fumbled a low snap. Anthony Walker pounced on it, secured the victory. Watson did not have a touchdown pass for the first time this season, threw an interception after not being picked off in the last 6 games. Deshaun, the Czar lost a K on that fumble. Okay, all right. Sorry, the Czar. My 100 and actually it wasn't even that. It was more because I got the 181 on the full game, but that cashed the team total over, which was it was like less because it was minus 125 was the juice. So I'm sorry, the Czar. Sorry, my man. Deshaun Watson, 26-38, 341 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception in his first game without Fuller. Kiki Kute, we talked about it on the Sunday show. There were so many different spots on Sunday where I was like, we talked about this. I don't understand why I wasn't on a Kute prop, and I'm not going to do it this week after a career day. 8 catches for 141 yards, career high. David Johnson returned from his concussion, 10 carries for 44 yards. Tight end Farrell Brown is in concussion protocol. CJ Prosise is out of the lineup. I don't think that matters now as much. And I think these Texans are going to be able to take care of business here. Bears coming off a wild 34-30 loss at home to the Lions, 6th straight loss. They allow Stafford to gash them for 402 yards. Trubisky, 26-34, 267 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 1 costly fumble. David Montgomery ran 17 times for 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cordero Patterson ran 10 times for 59 yards and 1 touchdown. Chicago rushed for 106 yards and 19 carries in the first half. What is Nagy thinking? What are these guys? These guys are supposed to be experts. They ran 12 times in the second half for 34 yards. What you deserve to lose a football game. It just made no sense whatsoever. No, you're winning the game easily, comfortably. Why don't you run the ball nonstop? It's been working and watch the clock tick. They deserve to lose because they're idiots. Allen Robinson.
He's another guy who should be unemployed at the end of this season. Out of respect, I imagine they'll keep him around to the end. But he should be gone. That's coaching 101. You're up. Yeah. You can run the ball. Run the goddamn ball.
And run it over and over again.
He shit the bed horribly in that. I don't see, and for that reason, I don't see how the Bears I don't see how they bounce back and play a good game this week. I'm gonna jump on the Texans on this, and for a few reasons, but one big important reason. Did you see Deshaun Watson after that loss? He was crushed. They're not even in the playoff hunt, and he was crushed.
He was almost crying. Like he almost cried twice in that interview.
That's because that guy is a gamer. That guy cares so much about winning, and he has such a bad team around him, and he deserves better. I hope somebody on a daily basis punches Bill O'Brien in the face on behalf of Deshaun Watson, because I love Deshaun. I love everything about the guy. He's so good. And really, I just think he comes out and balls out this week. I think he absolutely goes up against this very good Bears defense, and I think he chews them up. And I think this line is going to move up. I think this is going to be bet up huge, and I think the time is now to jump on the Texans.
I agree. I absolutely agree. This total is too low, too. After what I've seen from both defenses lately, I think this is just a couple points too low. But you know what I think I should probably do? Actually, you know what? Trubisky, he looked okay. I mean, he looked pretty good. He was able to move the ball. When you have Montgomery and Patterson as a two-man wrecking crew running the ball, it really helps open up the passing game. Allen Robinson looking good. I think this total is too low. What do you think?
It's hard for me to take a second bet in a bad game.
Do you want me to line shop for you? My apologies. Do you want me to lock you in?
Yeah, I want to be locked in on that. As far as the total goes, again, like the Bears put up good numbers against the Lions, but we talked about it. Trubisky plays well against the Lions, and Mitchell didn't play that bad this weekend. And I like they should have won. But he has played well against the Lions, so I'm not going to put too much stock into that. I do believe just with the talent of Deshaun Watson and, even the way they played last week against a great Colts defense, he still managed to put up 20 in the first half, not again, but and none in the second half. I think you're right that it's a bit low. I just wouldn't be super confident in taking that.
They don't have – did they move Akeem Hicks to the IR? Because he's not on the injury report. Did they – I'd be shocked if they did. Let me just – because, I mean, if Akeem Hicks is good to go, I would sure be uncomfortable. Oh, he was active. He played against the Lions. My fault. That's why I was on the injury report. What am I doing? He played and played poorly. Hell, why didn't I realize that? Okay.
In text, I grabbed your recipe, by the way. Thanks. I'll give it a whirl.
Do you want the money line? Because there's a nice one right now being hung at DraftKings at minus 114. Also at Bet Rivers.
Yeah, I'll take money line.
Okay, let's give that to you right now. So Bebsie is moving on the Texans minus 114, and that is at DraftKings. I am going to move on the Texans and the over. I think that's too low of a total. And I know it's cold, but it's not windy. I think we can get over that.